I'll stand here because behind there you might not see me. So. Thank you, Dean. It is such a pleasure to be here. Hello to all of you. By way of introduction, I just wanted to share with you that while I hope you agree I preserved very well, it was not 10, it was not 20, it was over 30 years ago that students, I sat in your seat in this room. Probably not this room, I don't think this building was here, but thinking about the University of Hartford and trying to decide if it was the right school for me. And I had been to Arizona and back looking at all different schools, and I did choose the University of Hartford. I graduated from here with a double degree, and I think it paid off for me. I just, again, by introduction, I wanted to share that personally with you, that I have had a brilliant career in business. I've worked at IBM as a partner for many, many years. I was an executive vice president in the insurance industry in a couple of different companies, and now I'm youthfully retired out of corporate life, and I am working in a small business and teaching, giving back to this university. It truly is my dream job. I feel so fortunate that I'm back to teach Bar to 11. So that's what I wanted to share with you as an introduction, and now to tell you more about the class, because I've worked really hard, really raising the level of expectation of our students in this class and their participation and responsibility in this class. I'd like to have them really understand that when they walk through the door of the class that it's a professional environment. It may be very different than some of the other classes where they can kind of just be a student, but I really expect them to sort of step up to a level of professionalism in the class. So we have two parts to the class. One is a breakout session where we work on resumes and cover letters and interviewing and all the different skills that are really at the foundation of Career Ready. And then they also come together in a speaker session on Fridays where we bring in some very, very professionally successful individuals, and mostly in the area, but then some have traveled quite a distance as graduates of the university, successful in their careers, to come and share with the students their various stories of success. So again, in that session, that speaker session, I ask the students, I actually demand via grading that we act professionally with those speakers, that it's all sit up and pay attention and no hats on and no texting and no sleeping and no, but yes, 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 ask a lot of questions and really understand, go out and research the speaker, look on LinkedIn about them, and be ready to interact with that speaker. So I wanted to give you just a few examples of the kind of speakers that we've had in the series over the past couple of years and in this semester as well. So last year we had Dave Shuck, and again he's just a terrific human being, successful in his career, but also someone who gives back all the time to his community in a very socially responsible way. He's a Barney School of Business graduate, and he is a Regent Emeritus, I believe now. So he came to speak to the students, and I do want to tell you the quick story of him. So he writes on the whiteboard. He goes up and he does 2.1, right? And he says to the students, "What do you think that is?" And they're all kind of looking, and they're trying to be professional, right? But they sort of knew. Did anybody know what it was? What's that? His GPA, freshman year, first semester. He was asked to leave the business school. So he did, and he went to work, actually at IBM in Hartford. And his boss said, "You're going to get back there, you're going to get your degree, and you're going to finish brilliantly." And he did. So he came back to the university, and he certainly didn't finish with a 2.1. But it was just so funny. The students were really nervous about it because they kind of knew and they didn't want to embarrass him. But a true story. And it really made a difference to hear that, as the students hearing about some of the stumblings that led to his success. Then Brian Berger came to talk to us. He was a graduate of the Hillier College, which is our 2-year college here that often helps prepare students for 4-year degrees here. And so after the first 2 years, you transfer into other schools of colleges of the university. So he came to the Barney School. He's a CFO and a COO at California Closets. You know, the people who organize your closets. They haven't visited me yet, but he's a terrifically successful person. And his son was doing an internship, which we're going to be talking about in a little while, in London. And his son Skyped in with us. So between father and son, they had a really nice interactive dialogue with the students about internship experiences in the road or journey to being career success. Jessica Cushing came to us. She was actually an interesting student of the university because she did what they called university studies, and I don't know if they still have that degree. And she combined business with interactive info technology, and you know, the students loved her as well because she was very young and very hip, and she worked at this company called Ticket Network. Does anybody know that company that's in the area here? Anybody hear of StubHub, those kinds of things? So she worked at a company like that where you bring your dog and they dress for Halloween and they have a pool table in the middle of the conference room and all that. So they were really inspired by her story as well. Jeff Klotz came to us. He was actually a dad of one of our students at the university, works on Wall Street Wealth Management. So he was fascinating. And again, I think the other great thing that I saw happen in Bar 211 last year and this year is students connected after class with some of the speakers. And in particular, Jeff invited one of our students to come and shadow him for a day. And the student wrote a paper about it. It was just a tremendous experience he never thought he would have, and was thrilled to be given that opportunity to shadow Jeff. He said he was a very busy man. He never stopped answering a phone or taking a text or whatever. And upcoming in this semester, Patrick Kinney, an executive VP from Travelers, is going to come speak to the students. And again, he takes in a lot of interns from the university, and he really wants to share with students a little bit of a tough love. Like, here's the reality of the world out there, and here's the reality of what we expect from, you know, as young as you are and just entering a professional experience. We want you to know that it's for real, and some of that comes from what they need to step up to for behaviors and professional responsibility. And then we just had Zach and Sam Dunn come speak with us, and again, terrific graduates of the university. I think Zach was the Barney School graduate, and Sam, I have twins and I can't tell them apart, my own kids, you know, so these twins were just so high-powered and successful in a career in digital marketing. Fascinating. The students loved them, and afterwards were asking for their card, and, you know, again, in a very professional way. Thanks for coming, can I have your card? Because they're hoping to stay connected with them. So again, truly a slate of what I would call superstars in business. Some connection to the university, either graduates or parents of graduates, or you know, being involved in the university in some way. So that's Bar 211. And before I turn it back to the dean, I did want to share with you fast forward, okay? So go on the time journey with me. 10, 20, 30 years. Guess what? Parents, I'm in your seat last year with my son, who was looking at the University of Hartford, and he looked at many schools. He chose the Barney School. He is here this year now and just starting. And the other day I said to him, how's it going? It was actually a few weeks ago. We're pretty well into his first semester. And he says, you know, Mom, I wish in high school they had taught me how to think a little bit better. You know, here it's so hard. He said, it's hard. They want me to problem solve. I go, oh, career ready. They want me to make decisions. Career ready. They want me to, you know, really be in charge of my own learning in a lot of ways, and it's kind of tough. And so I thought that was great. I'm paying, like I know you all are looking at paying a college tuition and the investment in your kids, and I'm thinking value back. That boy's going to be career ready someday. So I'm very pleased. in all this full circle of life, to be back here today to encourage you as you look at all the different options you're looking at, to really think hard about the University of Hartford, the Barney School of Business.